Welcome to Warriors, where men come to learn how to navigate love, women, and life with clarity, strength, and wisdom. Today, we are diving into a fascinating truth that many men overlook. The signs a woman likes you, but she isn't showing it. Attraction is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it hides behind silence, subtle actions, or even resistance. The danger is that if you do not learn to read between the lines, you may miss out on real connections, or worse, you may misinterpret her silence as rejection. Think about Marcus Aurelius, who said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Women, too, are shaped by the beliefs and fears they carry. Some are cautious, some are afraid of rejection, and some are testing your strength as a man before revealing their feelings. So this conversation is not just about decoding women. It's about mastering yourself, about learning to stay calm, rational, and strong in moments of uncertainty. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to Open Your Mind and don't just listen to what I say. Reflect on it, question it, and apply it in your life. By the end of this video, you will see female psychology from a sharper lens, and you'll be able to tell when silence isn't indifference, but hidden attraction. The question is, are you ready to sharpen your awareness and step into a higher level of masculine wisdom? 1. The power of subtle eye contact. One of the first hidden signs that a woman likes you but doesn't show it openly is in her eyes. She may not run up to you or declare her feelings, but her gaze often betrays her. Sometimes it's a quick glance when she thinks you're not looking. Sometimes it's the way she holds eye contact for a second too long before looking away. Why does this matter? Because eye contact is one of the oldest, most universal forms of communication. In fact, Epictetus once taught that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. I would add, we also have eyes that reveal truths that words try to hide. A woman may fear rejection, or she may want to test your ability to lead by not making the first move. But her eyes give her away. Think about it. Have you ever been in a room where you felt someone's eyes on you only to turn and catch her looking? That is not coincidence. That is silent attraction. Now here's the hard question for you. Are you aware enough to notice it? Or are you too distracted, buried in your phone, or drowning in self-doubt? Modern men often miss this because they're chasing signals instead of reading presence. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to observe not just actions, but the intentions behind them. In the same way, you must train your awareness. Stop overthinking words. Watch her eyes, because they speak a language that fear cannot silence. 2. Body signals. One of the strongest hidden signs that a woman likes you but isn't showing it is in her body language. She may not confess with words, but her body betrays her desire. Watch closely. Does her torso angle toward you in a group? Do her feet point in your direction even while she pretends to look away? These small shifts are not accidents. They are unconscious truths. Seneca once said, "Truth lies in plain sight, but men prefer deception." Women often guard their emotions, but their posture, movement, and orientation cannot stay hidden forever. The problem is that most men never see it. They wait for loud signals, laughing, touching, flirting, when the real signs are subtle. This is why you must train yourself to be an observer. Think of Steve Jobs, a man obsessed with detail. He believed that greatness lies in noticing what others overlook. Apply that to women. If her body leans in while her words push back, she is silently telling you she is drawn to you. Now here is where most men fail. They seek instant confirmation, blurting out feelings or pressing for clarity. But the disciplined man, the stoic man, does not chase. He sees the sign, he acknowledges it, and he lets her reveal more in her own time. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Her leaning body is an outside event. Your calm response is the power. So ask yourself, how many times have you ignored body cues because you were too fixated on words? How many moments of attraction have slipped through your fingers because you lacked awareness? Women test men not only with silence, but also with contradiction. Their mouths may deny, but their bodies reveal. Your task is not to interrogate her, but to stay composed, rational, and present. When you master this, you gain an edge over every distracted man around you. The next time you see her body leaning in, don't be desperate for answers. Simply know the truth. Attraction has spoken. 3. The test of distance. One of the strangest yet most powerful signs that a woman likes you but refuses to show it is when she distances herself. At first glance, it looks like rejection. She pulls away, avoids texting you first, or seems cold after a moment of connection. But here's the truth. Many women use distance as a test. They want to see if your frame collapses when you feel uncertainty. This isn't about cruelty. It's about psychology. A woman wants to know if you're grounded or if your emotions sway like a leaf in the wind. Epictetus said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When she distances herself, she is silently asking, are you a man who panics when ignored, or are you a man who remains unshaken, rooted in his own self-respect? Women admire strength, not desperation. Think about history. Julius Caesar, when betrayed by Brutus and surrounded by enemies, did not cry out in fear. He stood tall, accepting his fate with dignity. Why does this matter here? Because a woman who secretly likes you but hides it may create her own small betrayals of silence. She withholds attention not because she feels nothing, but because she wants to see what kind of man you are. Will you crumble and chase her validation, or will you stand firm, calm, and rational? Most men fail this test. The moment she withdraws, they send endless texts, try to force conversations, or get angry at her for being distant. All this does is prove weakness. She may have liked him, but now she sees what kind of man he truly is, fragile, needy, and incapable of leading. But here's the paradox. Often, when she distances herself, it is when her attraction is strongest. She feels vulnerable, and instead of exposing her feelings, she hides. Modern examples prove this too. Look at athletes or public figures who maintain composure under pressure. Think of Kobe Bryant. When critics doubted him, when losses piled up, he never reacted with desperation. He remained focused on his craft, and the respect he earned grew even stronger. A woman sees you in the same way. When she steps back, she watches your reaction more than your words. Do you lose yourself, or do you maintain your frame? Now let's ask the hard question. When a woman pulled away from you in the past, what did you do? Did you flood her with messages, begging for attention? Did you get angry and try to guilt her into coming closer? Or did you remain calm, centered, and focused on your life, showing her through your actions that your world does not collapse because of her silence? Your answer to this question reveals more about your masculinity than anything else. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. A woman's distance is an outside event. You cannot control it. But you can control your composure, your actions, your focus. If she truly likes you, your ability to stay grounded will only increase her attraction. If she was never interested in the first place, then you lose nothing by standing tall. Either way, you win. That is the mindset of a rational man. So the next time a woman distances herself, do not chase. Observe. Hold your frame. Live your life. If her feelings are real, she will circle back, often stronger than before. And when she does, she won't just see a man. She will see strength, discipline, and self-respect. Silent attraction often hides behind distance, and only the wise man has the patience to let it reveal itself. 4. Jealousy in disguise. Another hidden sign that a woman likes you but refuses to show it is subtle jealousy. She may not tell you she wants you, but watch how she reacts when your attention shifts to another woman. She might suddenly become quieter, withdraw from the conversation, or throw in a sarcastic remark. Sometimes she'll even criticize the other woman in passing, disguising it as humor. On the surface, it looks casual. Underneath, it's a storm of emotion she doesn't want you to notice. Why? Because many women fear exposing their attraction too soon. They don't want to appear vulnerable, so they hide it behind irritation, sarcasm, or silence. But jealousy is rarely silent. It leaks out in small, sharp ways. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." A woman who secretly desires you but refuses to show it struggles with this very truth. Her thoughts betray her happiness when she sees you giving another woman what she craves from you. Her rational side tells her to stay calm, but her emotions refuse to be quiet. This is where you must sharpen your awareness. A man who ignores these subtle shifts misses golden information. Have you ever noticed a woman suddenly change her tone when another woman enters the picture? Have you seen her smile fade or her energy shift the moment your attention drifts? That's not coincidence. It's silent attraction, revealing itself in disguise. Seneca taught, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." This applies perfectly here. A woman who feels jealous but doesn't admit it suffers in her imagination. She imagines losing you before she even has you. Her fear of vulnerability makes her suppress her feelings, yet her jealousy exposes her. This is why you must not take her sarcasm or coldness at face value. Instead, ask yourself, is her reaction rooted in disinterest or is it rooted in concealed desire? Often, it's the latter. Now here's where your masculinity is tested. When you notice subtle jealousy, do you confront her? Do you tease her for being possessive? Or do you stay calm, letting her wrestle with her feelings while you remain grounded? The weak man reacts. He either gets excited, hoping her jealousy means she cares, or he rushes to comfort her, trying to ease her tension. But the strong man knows better. He understands that her jealousy is her battle, not his. He doesn't ignore it, but he doesn't cling to it either. He allows her emotions to reveal themselves fully, while he stays in control of his own frame. Let's draw from modern examples. Think of Michael Jordan. He thrived when others doubted him, when rivals tried to shake his confidence. Instead of reacting emotionally, he turned their energy into fuel. You must do the same when faced with female jealousy. Do not let her subtle withdrawal or sarcasm pull you off balance. Let it confirm what you already sense. She cares, but she doesn't want to show it. Now let me challenge you with a question. How many times have you misread jealousy as rejection? How many times did you assume her coldness meant she didn't care, when in fact it was proof she cared too much? Most men never stop to ask this, and so they walk away from women who were silently drawn to them. Don't be that man. Train your awareness. So remember this. When a woman hides her attraction, her jealousy often reveals it. She won't tell you with words, but her reactions when another woman is near will speak volumes. Your task is to see it, not to react desperately, but to remain calm, rational, and strong. Because in the silence of her jealousy lies the truth of her desire. 5. The small sacrifices. One of the clearest but most overlooked signs that a woman likes you, yet refuses to show it directly, is when she makes small sacrifices for you. These sacrifices are not grand or obvious. They might be subtle, like adjusting her schedule to see you, remembering details about your life, or quietly helping you without ever asking for recognition. She may not openly declare her attraction, but her consistent willingness to inconvenience herself, even slightly, is a silent confession. Women who don't care won't make sacrifices. Women who do care, but are afraid to admit it, will show it in these quiet, practical ways. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In the same way, a woman rarely wastes her energy on a man she does not value. If she chooses to invest time or effort, it is because you matter more than she is willing to say out loud. The beauty of this sign is that it requires no words at all. It is action, and action is the truest proof of intention. Think about history for a moment. In the writings of Seneca, he often reminded his students that true friendship is revealed not in words, but in deeds. The same applies here. Attraction, that is hidden verbally, often leaks through in actions. For example, she might pretend to be indifferent, but when you casually mention being stressed, she remembers and checks in later. Or she might appear distant, yet she goes out of her way to make your life easier in some small way. These are not random behaviors. They are small sacrifices that betray her feelings. The modern man often misses this because he is chasing loud signs. He wants her to declare her feelings, to flirt openly, to initiate affection. But the disciplined man knows that silence is often louder than words. The question you must ask yourself is this: are you aware of the small sacrifices women make for you, or are you too busy seeking validation in obvious signals? Consider a modern example. Think of leaders like Nelson Mandela. He didn't persuade people with speeches alone. His sacrifices proved his commitment. People followed him not just for his words, but for his actions. A woman, too, reveals hidden attraction through what she gives up, through the adjustments she quietly makes. She may never admit it, but her effort is a form of confession. Now, here's where your masculinity is tested. When you notice these small sacrifices, how do you respond? The weak man becomes entitled, expecting more, demanding her energy as if it's owed to him. The strong man recognizes the gift, respects it, and continues leading his life with purpose. He doesn't exploit her hidden attraction. He lets it grow naturally, without pressure. Epictetus said, "He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at." In the same way, he who respects the sacrifices of others never runs out of loyalty. Let me press you with a hard question. How many times have you ignored a woman's hidden effort, only to later realize she was signaling her attraction all along? Did you fail to see the way she quietly supported you, or did you confuse her sacrifice with mere kindness? These moments define whether you're blind to female psychology or awake to it. So remember this: small sacrifices are silent signals. They are not random acts of kindness, but deliberate investments of time, energy, and thought. When a woman hides her attraction, her actions still reveal it. Your task as a man is not to overanalyze or demand, but to stay calm, rational, and aware. Because in the quiet sacrifices she makes, her feelings speak louder than any words she refuses to say. 6. Respect in her silence. One of the most overlooked but powerful signs that a woman likes you, yet chooses not to show it directly, is the way she respects you in silence. She might not flirt openly, she might not shower you with compliments, but notice how she carries herself around you. She pays attention to her words, she avoids disrespect, and she subtly aligns her behavior to show she values your presence. Respect is one of the purest signals of hidden attraction. Why? Because women do not go out of their way to guard their behavior around men they have no interest in. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." In the same spirit, the best evidence of hidden desire is not always excitement but restraint. A woman who likes you may not always give you energy in loud, obvious ways. Instead, she shows you respect by not crossing lines, by not mocking you in public, by choosing her words more carefully. Modern men often mistake this calm respect as indifference. But in truth, indifference carries no discipline. Respect does. If she did not feel anything for you, she would not bother to measure her actions. Think of Epictetus, who said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." A woman who silently likes you sometimes chooses to act restrained rather than impulsive because she fears exposing her true feelings. She would rather stay guarded and allow you to lead the interaction. But her silence is not absence. It is a controlled presence. The very fact that she does not cross into disrespect is itself a subtle form of reverence. Now, here's the test of masculinity. How do you interpret silence? Do you assume it means she has no interest? Or do you read deeper into the way her silence is shaped? The weak man reacts emotionally, taking every quiet moment as rejection. The strong man understands that silence has layers. Sometimes it is avoidance, yes, but often it is respect. A respect born from hidden attraction. Consider history. The Roman general Scipio Africanus was known not only for his victories in battle, but also for the way he treated captured women. In one famous story, he refused to dishonor a beautiful captive, sending her back to her fiancé untouched. His restraint shocked many, but it earned him lifelong respect. Women respond in a similar way. When they see a man who carries himself with composure, they show respect in return. That respect often comes before open attraction. Modern examples show the same pattern. Look at leaders like Barack Obama. Whether people agreed with him politically or not, many admired the calm respect he carried in conversation. Women especially notice when a man can hold himself with such poise. And when they feel drawn to that energy, they often respond with silence. Not because they feel nothing, but because they don't want to break the frame. Now let me challenge you. How many times have you mistaken respect for disinterest? How many times did you walk away from a woman who quietly admired you simply because she wasn't loud about it? Ask yourself honestly. If you can't answer, you may have missed some of the strongest signals of attraction in your life. So remember this, silence is not always empty. Sometimes silence is respect. Sometimes silence is reverence. And often silence is hidden attraction, waiting for the man strong enough to see it for what it is. Don't confuse quiet with absence. Don't confuse restraint with rejection. A woman who respects you in silence is showing you one of the deepest signs of interest she can give without words. It is your job to recognize it and to stay calm, rational, and strong enough not to demand more than she is ready to show. 7. The energy she can't hide. There is one final sign that a woman likes you but refuses to show it directly. The energy shift in her presence. You feel it before you even see it. She may not say anything, she may try to remain composed, but the atmosphere changes when she enters the room. Her tone softens, her laughter becomes more frequent, her nervous habits appear, like playing with her hair, adjusting her clothes, or avoiding your eyes too quickly. This is not something she can control. It is the raw energy of attraction leaking through every guarded wall she tries to build. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Observe always that everything is the result of change." Women, when they feel attraction, cannot keep their energy static. Their inner world shifts, and that shift expresses itself outwardly, whether they intend it or not. The untrained man overlooks this, but the grounded man feels it. He notices when her calm demeanor breaks around him, when her composure falters, when her rhythm changes. This is silent attraction at its loudest, because it is not expressed in words or even in deliberate actions. It is expressed in the tension of the air between you. Think of history's great leaders. Alexander the Great was known to inspire loyalty and awe without speaking a word. His presence was enough to shift the mood of an entire army. In a smaller but equally telling way, a woman who likes you but hides it cannot stop her presence from changing around you. Her energy becomes charged, restless, alive. This is why you must not only see her behavior, but also feel it. Awareness is not just about watching, it's about sensing. Here's where most men fail. They are too trapped in their heads to notice the energy. They overthink every word, every move, while missing the undeniable shift in atmosphere. Have you ever been in a room where you felt her glance before you even caught it? Have you ever noticed that her tone changes when she speaks to you compared to others? That is not coincidence. It is attraction struggling to stay hidden. Seneca once said, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." This applies directly here. When you notice her energy shift, the weak man reacts instantly. He gets overly excited, rushes in, and breaks the tension too soon. But the strong man, the stoic man, feels the energy, acknowledges it, and remains in control of his own frame. He lets her hidden attraction build naturally, creating a silent gravity that pulls her closer over time. Modern examples prove this truth too. Consider someone like Denzel Washington. He doesn't need to raise his voice to command a room. His energy does the work. Women, when they feel attraction but won't say it, respond in a similar way. They give off subtle signals in their nervousness, their laughter, or their silence. It is all energy. And if you are calm enough, you will see it for what it is. Now here's your question. Do you trust your ability to sense energy, or are you still demanding loud, verbal confirmation? If you only rely on words, you are blind to some of the deepest truths of female psychology. Words can lie, actions can be disguised, but energy never lies. It cannot be faked. So remember this. When a woman likes you but doesn't show it, her energy will betray her every time. The air between you changes, the rhythm of her voice shifts, her composure cracks. You don't need her confession, you only need awareness. The calm, rational man doesn't chase this energy or try to force it. He lets it grow. He lets it reveal itself. Because attraction that is hidden always finds a way to escape, and only the wise man has the patience to let it happen. Men, the truth is simple but powerful. Women rarely express attraction in the ways you expect. They hide it, test it, disguise it, and bury it under silence, jealousy, respect, or distance. But no matter how much they try to conceal it, the signs always leak out. The eyes that linger too long, the body that leans in, the energy that shifts when you walk into the room. These are not accidents. They are truths waiting for the man with awareness to recognize them. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Your task as a man is to go deeper than the surface, to see beyond opinions and appearances, to recognize what most men miss. But awareness is not enough. You must also master yourself. A woman may test you with distance or silence. She may show jealousy or restraint. If you crumble at the first sign of uncertainty, you prove you are not yet grounded. The Stoics remind us again and again, control what is within your power. Let go of what is not. Her signals are not your responsibility. Your composure is. So as you move forward, carry this wisdom with you. Attraction often whispers instead of shouting. Train yourself to hear it. And if you found value here today, subscribe to Calma Rational. Return to this channel for more lessons on women, psychology, and masculine strength. Until next time, stay calm, stay rational, and stay unshakable.